Welcome back one more time. So Champions League reaction, we talked about the disappointment in Barcelona after their game against Inter Milan this evening. Let's take you over to Guillem Balaguer, who is in Barcelona and been speaking to the manager, to Xavi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It was a draw, but it felt like a defeat.
It's difficult to say something because we did really well in the first half, really well. We deserve much more, I think, in the result, but this is football. We concede a lot in the second half, a lot. Many mistakes, especially because we talk about the Varela from the second line. And then the duels, The duels, we had to be more aggressive. This is Champions League. We concede a lot. And then, okay, we draw, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I think really cruel. It's cruel for us today and the last two games also.
The first half, everything you asked the team to do, they did. Crosses, shoot from outside the box, pressure high, defended well the counters. What do you think happened at the beginning of the second half?
Because we concede in defense, and this is champions, and in this kind of level, of course, it's really dangerous because the result changed in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, then we had mentality, we draw, but it's difficult to say something because it's cruel today. It's cruel today, and in Milan, also in Munich, because I think we deserve much more. But this is Champions League.
I watched the first half and thought this is Xavi's team, and the second half was, I don't know, was too open, wasn't it?
Yes, we decreased the intensity. The high pressure was not the same, but especially the intensity, the intensity, and then the circulation of the ball. Everything was different, and it's a pity because when you concede in champions, it happened.
Your former teammate Thierry, do you empathise with the man?
I do. I think it was spot on what he said and what Guillem was saying about the first half. And the second half, I'll go back to what we said. They pass the ball, they stick to the game plan in the first half, and it became too emotional in the second half. Instead of making that extra pass to keep the ball, to stay in the half of the opposition and make sure you're going to have the right pass, they went into, we need to score 30 minutes before the end. And then they got punished.
If we just throw up the group table real quick and just remind you of what has happened there in that group now. Bayern have actually qualified this evening. That's after they beat Pilsen 4-2. If we were doing things properly, we'd have a Q instead of a 1 by Bayern Munich. That is what has happened in that group. Let's talk about Group D, because this is the one group that's absolutely wide open, Mike. Tottenham with a win tonight, 3-2. Let's take a look at the Tottenham goals.
What?
We talked about the kind of the pressure that Xavi was under coming into this game. What does that look like now in Barcelona? You know what that club is like.
That won't help. As we said before, obviously, we were not with you guys yet, but if Pleasant doesn't beat or do something against Inter Milan, it'll be over. You would like to think that Inter Milan will beat Pleasant. Barcelona will be out. That won't help the cause of Xavi. I still think it's crazy that he's under pressure. We know why he's under pressure, because of financial reason. They needed to go through. But yeah, you know, at Barcelona, everything is a problem, especially with the situation that they are in right now and the statements of the president and what is happening at the minute. But you have to give credit to Inter. They played a certain way and played well in the second half and deserved their goals and more. If we talk about Aslani, and I will mention it the whole night, pass the ball. It's not about you. What a greedy guy.
Well, the final minutes of that game were just incredible. Let's take a look at those final 3 goals, starting then with Robert Lewandowski, who levelled to make it 2-2. Here, only 10 minutes to go, Jamie.
And that's what you felt. You felt if you just give themselves 10 minutes, it's enough time to get themselves back into the game. A little bit of luck with a deflection. I go back to what Thierry said. I couldn't believe the lack of maturity in letting Inter Milan go in front 2-1. There's so long in the game left. They got really emotional. They come really end-to-end. And you could understand that with 10 minutes to go, but not with over half an hour to go. It was suicidal.
And who scores the third for Inter? My man, Gosens. We've talked about him.
Hold
on. If you listen to my analysis, who's making a darting run into the box? And it was a lovely, lovely finish. This is what we're talking about. Barcelona pushing for the winner. And the court, look at Barcelona players. They've got 5 people there. No one's talking to each other. No one's checking the shoulders. Eric Garcia napping. And it's a great finish. And that, we thought, was going to be the moment to take them through. And look at the reaction.
No, that was too much.
But they think they're going through, Thierry, now.
Well, it's not over until you know who sings. So let the ref blow the whistle and celebrate because Barca scored after.
Yeah.
So it's still not over. But the thing that we're going to see the goal of Lewandowski, that was pure rage in that header. What a delivery, by the way, from Eric Garcia. He put some good balls in. I don't know how well he defended, but he put some good balls in for, and look at this. Raw rage. That's rage in there. Look at him. Look at the desire. But I just want to say something for people to understand. What Jamie said about they took the game, Barcelona, to an emotional game too early. That's what, you don't go crazy till 30 minutes to go and make it like a crazy game yet. It's still 1-1. In the last 5 minutes, what we've seen, the last 10 minutes, you go and you try to win it because you want to take control of the qualification. They made it a cup tie and an emotional game way too early. And then you expect the Piqué and the Busquets to go like, guys.
But we pitched it as a cup tie, didn't we?
No,
We were saying it was a
understand what I'm saying. It's too early. It's still a group stage. This is not you dying tonight.
I don't think it's about whether it was a knockout or a group stage, really. I think it's about actually, you need to calm everybody down. Busquets, Piqué, two of the greatest players we've seen for Barcelona and of this generation, they need to settle everybody down. They didn't need it to become an end-to-end game. What they needed to do for the next 10 or 15 minutes was not score, was to make sure Inter Milan didn't score. And then eventually push Inter Milan back and keep sustaining attacks. I think we need one goal. I put myself in that position if I was playing for Liverpool, obviously a long time ago, at Anfield. If you needed one goal with half an hour to go, you'd back yourselves to get the one goal. Make sure you don't concede. And the game became too open, too spread, and it became too emotional.
They went it too early with the emotion.
All right, so it's the end of match day 4. What about me? I kind of contributed to that whole thing. I'm still part of the team, Jamie. All right. There's a number of teams that are already through to the knockout stages. 5 teams in total, actually, after match day 4 play. Real Madrid, Manchester City, Club Brugge, Bayern, and Napoli on that list for you. We've got loads more to talk about on this Champions League show. We'll break it all down, bring you highlights, bring you a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure you do not go anywhere. This is what we are going to bring you, the ramifications, the celebrations, plenty of prognostication. That was too long for the teleprompter. That is all coming up in our Champions League match show. All of that, plus highlights, interviews, and a very special edition of... someone say it for me, because I don't know how I'm supposed to say it.
In the mixer.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
In the mixer.
Yeah, that's right. New York style, in the mixer. Keep it